So the final question of the evaluation is, looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product? So looking at both front covers here, I think I've definitely learned a lot because for one you can see that I've perfected the quick selection tool, because on the college magazine on the left there's parts of the cover model's hair that haven't been selected properly, and they kind of come through and are shown on the background of the magazine, whereas on the music magazine on the right it's all kind of done well and it's all dead neat and tidy. I've also used better text fonts that are kind of more suitable. So on the college magazine they're all the fonts are kind of really quite simple and plain, whereas on the music magazine you can see I've taken more time choosing the fonts. The font that I actually got here is called Aubrey and I downloaded it off the internet. So another thing that I think I've done better is I've learnt how to kind of make things in the important things in the cover line stand out more. So on the music magazine I've highlighted like the important bits of the cover lines, like exclusive. I've changed the colour of it to white so it kind of draws people in more and makes them want to read it, because then words stand out, whereas on the college magazine it's all kind of just the same and quite consistent and simple, which is a good thing, but I think if you want to draw people in by quick, like snappy words, you need to kind of set things out differently. I think one thing that I've managed to do well throughout the whole process of making both of the magazines is I've managed to use like a good colour scheme for both magazines, and I've worked well with it. So for the college magazine I've used the eyedropper tool by taking the pink from the cover model's jumper and using it on bits like on the masthead where it says Priestley People. And then on the music magazine I've also used the eyedropper tool to take the yellow from the cover model's headband and use it on like the masthead and the banner in the bottom right corner. So then on my contents page you can definitely tell straight away that I've set it out more professionally because it's all more structured. Like on the music magazine I've used vertical lines as well as horizontal lines to set out where each column is, whereas on the college magazine I've only used horizontal lines, which are all over the place really, so that's what I've done better for that. I think also the quality of my pictures has improved because from using Quark a lot, and Photoshop as well especially, I kind of learnt how to edit photos better, so I used the tools like saturation, vibrance and brightness. And I think they're also just set out in better places, like they're more clear in each column on the music magazine, whereas on the college magazine they're kind of dotted all over the place really. And then again I think I've just used the text fonts better because on the music magazine it's all in capitals, which looks more professional and neater as well, even though I've changed like the top bits of each of the articles to bold and made the bottom bit smaller, but that kind of shows the importance and it pulls you into that bold bit. So if you like what the bold bit says, then you're going to read the whole article. Whereas on the college magazine all I've used is lowercase writing and none of it really draws you in. It's kind of quick and snappy on the music magazine, whereas on some of the parts on the college magazine the text it's quite long-winded really, so you're taking the time from the audience for them to read it, and then they might not even buy it anyway. So then for my double page spread, I only actually did one for my music magazine, but from all the experience I got from using Quark before, so like from making my college magazine and then using Quark to make the contents page of my music magazine, I think it's made it better for me to come and make this, because I've learnt how to use things like the pull quote there, and then I've used a drop capital, and then I've added borders around the photo and the whole page. And then it's also just made it better for when I came to create the interview. I knew exactly what to write to attract to my target audience of women ages around 24 and 16, like in between them ages. So it kind of just made it easy on that audience. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.